I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.
Hi, good people. Hey, you guys. It's early morning, so my voice is definitely going to be slightly different. I am dressed up. I am about to just put a kimono up. But before that, I'm definitely going to apply my perfume. It is Friday, the 28th, the last day of February, right? I don't think, yes, because this is 28th, not a leap year. Anyway, welcome back to another new vlog. I am sleepy because I do not even know what is happening in my life because I am just enjoying life. I don't even know what's happening because tell me why. I knew I had an event today, which actually happens to be a whole day event, but I slept at 2. Niliingia kwa nyumba 2. 2. Anyway, so doing my perfume, this is what I am applying, or should I say what is the name? Emily says, I've lathered myself in this perfume. Then I'm going to have my watch. I was torn between two heels, but I've decided to go with this. This is what I am pulling. I have added so much weight, so I am feeling like if I pull a very high heel, itaanza kuniletea. So this is how they look. I think it's 3 inch. This 3 inch, right? I don't know why it's getting this to this 3 inch. So I'm not pulling 4 inch today. Let me just pull this. Also, it's very comfortable. This was my Valentine gift. So it is extremely comfortable. There you go. I'm going to put this jewelry dress. Now, the other thing that I am torn between is, should I pull a cape or should I just make my hair do and hairdo up, or should I pull a cape? That is going to be a problem. That is what I am, the one thing I am trying to decide. But this is how I am looking. I'm looking very casual or official. Then I am going to do this loop very, very small to earrings because I don't want it to be hang. And I'm carrying this bag, Henry bag. There's a book here, of course. A little baby Vaseline and other things and ID and all that. The other thing I want to be able to just do my hair is because I can be able to pull my shades with my hair up there. But with a cape, it's very hard to do that. I feel like it just becomes very, very, very crowded. But this is probably going to be the look. Sijatengeneza nywele, so you know. This is probably going to be the look. Let me see. So I have decided to do an hairdo, an up hairdo. That's how I've held it up. I retouched my hair, I think a month ago. So it's still very okay. So that I'm able to put my shades because it's hot in Nairobi. Air is hot. So yeah, that's how I look. I wanted to pull a chain. The chain that I have is not long enough, and the outfit I have needs like a long chain. So I guess that's something I'll probably get when I get to town. But will I even stop in town? Because what I'm doing is I'm taking a matatu. I hope I get the expressway matatu. I'm taking a matatu from here to town. I'm not using Purple. Then I get to town and I take Uber. Also, because I don't even also know where Sarit, whatever is, where that function is exactly. So I'm just gonna put the Google on map, take a Uber and go to Sarit. I feel like I'm running late. It's 7:40 something. The first class starts at 9:30. I'll explain to you guys probably as this vlog continues. We are calling it, I am actually calling it a Vusi day. Vusi Thembekwayo. It is a Live Your Legacy. Today we are learning a lot about living your legacy. Managing your finances, your businesses, your content, becoming that person. Remember, I said this year is going to be the year I attend events. Yeah. So this is, I'm gonna put a poster here. So this is how the event is set up. So this is day one. It's going to be 2 days. We're actually paying 5K. So I guess it's 2525. There's lunch. So I feel like there's really, and just listening to Vusi for 2 hours, it's for me, that's a big deal. Anyway, let's get moving before I get late. See you guys probably at Sarit or maybe kwa Uber, right? I love to see young people given chances to actually show their talents or gifts because these were like 21, 22-year old that were emceeing this event. Yo, anyway, I headed out to Village One. Village One was like a room, one of the rooms where they were having content creation kind of content. And Sharon K, who happens to be one of the people I follow a lot, she's so tiny also, is was talking and explaining to us more about content creation. So that was my first room to actually walk into.
Find who you are and be clear about your messaging. Like I said, a lot of us get in the industry. I'm teaching you so that you don't go repeat the mistakes.
You know what stand out for me when it comes to Sharon's class? For her, she was talking about content creation one. So many people actually were very interested to listen to this. I think because where we are right now, content is very key. You just have to create content, whether you're a content creator, whether you're a personal brand, or even just running a business. This is what she said. Decenter yourself from the content. Decenter yourself from the content. And what do I mean by that? Sometimes we want to talk about money, but you're looking at your life and you're thinking, but why am I who am I to talk about money? I don't even have it. Or you want to talk about skills, but you feel like you've not really gotten there yet. Where the there is what we've defined as there. So she was like, decenter. Be vulnerable. Speak if you're struggling with something and you feel like it's something you could share, talk about it. You're going through a journey of maybe growing an industry, growing a business, and then it failed at some point. Talk about the struggles, the challenges, connect with people. That stood out for me. So that was the first class I attended, which was 9:30 to around, I think, 10:30. And then after that, now I moved into the main hall.
Number one.
And of course you have to take a selfie on the mirror, because kwa lu madem tukishamaliza kazi yetu tunaanza kuchukua selfies and videos. This was the look. Actually, they were very, very, very clean. Then after that, I now moved into the main hall. This is the entrance to the main hall where we had panelists. Now panelists would sit and they'll get a moderator who would actually moderate them. Thank you. Hi.
Welcome to Church 24.
Thank you.
Use or rent our programs just in case you need one.
Oh, actually, I did not move to the main. I realized there's a class on financial literacy, something that was happening in the next village with Susan. This is Susan. She has a story that is very, very similar to mine, actually. So I was really, really hooked. But again, I felt like there was a lot happening here that is more like what Centonomy does. More of money issues and not in a more elaborate manner like I would want it, because I've listened to Centonomy Open Days and all those so many times. So I stayed here, but not for long. Then I left and went back to the main hall. So at the main hall, we had Philip. I love his thinking so much. Chris Njoki, who I follow so much. And then this guy who actually got to know about him that same day. I think he's either the founder of something 254, somewhere, some outfit. But he had a lot of gems, but I felt like he was more of leaning towards the Gen Z, which is still fine. But I got a lot from Phil Karanja. This is what he said. You need to train the guys that work for you. And he kept saying that most people ask him, so what if you train them and they leave? And he was like, what if you don't train them and they stay with you? And that for me, I was like, whoa, 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 hold up. What if you train them and you don't train them and they stay with you? So empower, empower, empower. Chris Jockey also talked about that, and also she gave the process of how, for her she has the brand icon building, all that, the challenges that she has faced. By the way, we went for lunch. This is how lunch was looking. No, the juice I bought myself. So we ate lunch from the rooftop upper. This is where I was standing. But Chris Jockey said she has empowered most of her people, and she has learned to let go when it's time to let go. When you're done with a client, you had to let go. And at this point in my life, I needed to hear that, because there's one worker for Joy Mark that I really, really had to let go, guys. Because back to the main hall again after lunch, look at Ivy. This woman is pretty. She's so beautiful. Then she dresses so elegantly. And you could tell this is a rich. Ivy just, if you follow me, I talk a lot about money. This is a woman that really inspires me when it comes to money, investment, learning, wanting to know more, and being very vocal about it without feeling any shame. That's her. And also she's the one that was standing out there. But let me tell you something. It's interesting how social media make people look big. Because she's so tiny. She's just so tiny. And I've had this actually even when I go to meet clients. They're like, you look big on camera. Kumbe, you're just like a tiny girl. But right now, I think I've added weight, so I'll look bigger. This is how big this main hall was, because it was definitely set up for Vusi, which is happening tomorrow. So Vusi was not speaking on this particular day. He was speaking the following day, which is going to be my next vlog. But just showing you guys how the setup was looking. So you could choose either to be in those rooms, learning different sessions, for example, photography, content creation, money, investment, or come here and listen to different panelists. So the next panelist was Lydia KM was there. Women, a lot of women. Lydia KM, Nancy Mwai, some other guy who I was like, wait. I feel like there's so many people actually need to follow who I necessarily don't know much about, but I was here for Lydia KM. Definitely, I've never met Nancy Mwai, but I just needed to hear more about her because she looks like a very feminine kind of a girl. Now for Lydia KM, I've worked with her, I've met her, we've talked. So I just wanted to hear more of her, and I follow her a lot. I follow their podcast. So it was such an encouraging panelist for this. What was my key takeaway? Now, let me reference this from what Nancy Mwai said. She said, do little steps, little things every single day to achieve whatever it is that you're going, your goal, your dream, your business, whatever it is. Even when you feel like not doing it, when you're not motivated, you feel like you're giving up, little steps every single day. That it could be, write down the goals for that year. Tomorrow, wake up and do one thing that is towards one goal. The other day is read a book that is helping you achieve that. The other day could be watching a video on YouTube that is helping you get that skill. Do one thing, at least a thing every single day towards your goal. Her story was actually really interesting, and I loved this so much. Also, this guy at the middle, this rugby player who ended up being plays golf also. His story was so touching. Like, oh, guys, I don't know whether they upload these videos on YouTube. I am not sure, but I don't think they do because people paid for this. And we were so many guys. We were almost 2,000 people. And each person was paying 5K. Others were paying 7K. And students were paying, I think, 3K. But anyway, I enjoyed this session. And after this, I was ready for Ivy. Just Ivy, who was another person. I was like, yo. Now for Ivy, she was a keynote speaker. She was, now for her, she didn't have any panelist, she didn't have any moderator. She was just talking, just her, the whole, I think 1 hour. Yeah, enjoyed every bit of it. Yo, that was so inspiring.
So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's rise and take the chicken dance as a stretch.
And now it was time for Ivy, just Ivy Africa. It was like a master class. And what she tackled was the power of asking. Ask, ask, ask. She has always talked about this. Ask. She has always said every job she has gotten, she's always asked. But look at how cute this woman looks. Yani, she just looks like class. She looks like dignity. She looks like principles. She looks like a woman who knows herself and she talks as so. Anyway, this was so empowering. See the power of asking, your legacy blueprint. There's a lot you get from asking. And if there's something I wanted to hear is this, because I struggle with that. I struggle with asking. And especially, I'm very good at asking myself questions like, why am I getting this? Why am I doing this? Da, da, da. But I'm very poor at asking. Like, for example, I need help from people. I don't know how to ask. I want someone to maybe share their knowledge with me. I don't know how to go about the asking. So she was like, you need to learn to ask. You want a job, go and ask. You want to get an interview, go ask. You want to have a mentor, ask. Learn to ask. You never know. And this is what she said. When you don't ask, the answer is always going to be a no. Tell me why. That evening I sat down and I was actually not that evening, the following day, I was watching some Kitambo videos when I was doing YouTube consistently, and I actually talked about the power of asking. Like, that is 5 years ago. I was talking about the power of asking. I need to do content. Anyway, this is just Ivy. I love you. See, you need to know why you ask, who you ask, what you ask, when to ask, where to ask, how to ask, and shame task. Now, the shame task is shame. Forget about shame. Don't be ashamed. Being shameful or having shame is one thing that will get you stuck. And this is what she said. You cannot shame the shameless. You see, when you don't care, you're not ashamed of anything. Hata mtu akwambie nini, you're just like, so? Like someone shaming you because you failed an exam and you already know and it does not bother you. It won't bother you. So she said, be shameless. When you're shameless, nothing will stop you. This was the last part of the night, of the evening, because Ivy, I think, was finishing at around 6:30. It was a whole day of knowledge and sharing and learning and unlearning and questions here and there. And I loved everything about this. This is a case study we did over how she was able to ask for something and she actually ended up getting it. And this is one of the case studies where she was invited and got a capital share, or is it shares in this company that is now $10,000 million sort of company right now, and she's part of it. So there's a lot that comes when you learn to ask. And this asking could be people, it could be yourself, it could be internet, it could be your bosses, it could learn to ask. Doesn't matter who it is, just know who to ask, when to ask, how to ask, what time to ask, and all those things. I loved everything about this. And you know, I love her so much. I love our Money Mondays. So this was very important for me. Anyway, that was the end of the day. I left and got ready for day 2. Please stay tuned for the next vlog, which is going to be what I learned on day 2. And that is where Vusi comes in. I'm going to talk a lot about some of the gems I got from Vusi as the keynote speaker of day 2. Thank you so much, guys, for watching to the end, and see you guys in my next vlog. Also, Sarit is such a beautiful, never been here, by the way. Sarit Center, never been here. This is such a beautiful mall, by the way. Na hapa nayo utapotea ukicheza. Anyway, this is me going to catch a Uber, nichukue matatu niende home. See you guys in my next vlog. Bye.